Loyal.
Progression.
Team.
Collaboration.
Fun.
People.
Progressive.
Character building.
Satisfaction.
Family.
Exciting.
Fulfilling.
Challenging.
Nurturing.
Diverse.
Fantastic. Demanding.
Eclectic.
Supportive.
Teamwork.
Good fun.
Free-spirited.
Agile.
Interesting.
Rewarding.
Caring.
Fascinating.
Opportunity.
Enriching.
Innovative.
Marvellous.
Brilliant.
Land and Water is a group of companies that's been developed around the concepts of looking after the environment, and our ultimate objective is to leave the world a better place. So we make a habit of trying to improve everywhere we go. I think Land and Water's success over the last 25 years has been fueled by a passion for challenge. We're not frightened to have a go. We're not frightened to take on things that others might shy away from. We love fresh thinking and fresh ideas. And I think we enjoy listening to what our customers want and listening to what our people need. I hope the business really believes that people are our strongest and greatest asset. So I think the family values in Land and Water are really important. They underline our core behaviours. That doesn't mean you have to be a family member to succeed in Land and Water. I view Land and Water as one big family. Everybody's important. Everybody should feel they can speak to everybody else. And it's fantastic that we have a large number of families engaged in the business, but the right person must do the right job. And hopefully we promote that thinking. And the biggest successes that we've had is where we've allowed people to come right through the business and to reach their full potential at whatever role that might be.
Having my son work for Land and Water is interesting. He's been welcomed by all the team and it's nice to see him progress.
I've only been working at Land and Water for just under a year now. I've not yet had the pleasure of working with Dad on a project. I wanted to work for Land and Water because it's something different, something interesting.
I've worked at Land and Water for 4 years. I work with my husband all the time. I think we work well as a team together, and I provide all the admin duties for him and keep the place ticking over.
We get on well, we're all right, we work out things and we work for the company, for the best of the company.
I work with my son as the resource manager if we need to know what kind of resources we've got available or for pricing works, etc. So yes, on occasion we do.
Yeah, I occasionally have to work with my mum if we exchange costs or things like that.
I think the best experience of working with Jack is watching him grow. He started a sort of work experience, and watching him grow into the role that he's now got has been really rewarding.
So actually I've worked with Richard for about 30 years.
We've always had a good relationship. We do things slightly differently, and I think that sort of complements, particularly when you're working together. One of us works a little bit different to the other, and so we get things from both people's perspective.
I think the best thing about working with a family member is that there's an unwritten code of trust, so I trust what he says and what he does.
Tom and I don't work together a lot, but we do interact with regard to materials that he requires for erosion control and plants, and sometimes he even asks me for advice on things like that.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I've learned a lot from my mum. She's obviously worked for the company for many years, and so I gained a lot of valuable experience from her.
It is a pleasure having him working for us, and I'm delighted and very proud of his progress within the company.
I'm currently project manager. I started in 2000 as a site manager and moved into the office about 1.5 years after that, where I became assistant to the commercial manager and then progressed to a commercial manager myself, and also set up the IT and then moved on to a role as a project manager in the last couple of years.
I do a bit of everything really. I'm a labourer, I am a plant operator for several different plants as well. Every day you can have a laugh with the people that you work with, so yeah, every day you have a bit of a chuckle to yourself.
Mornings, as I'm always up in the mornings, for me it's always a bright start. Sometimes it gets a bit heavy during the course of the day, but other than that, no, we're fine. I enjoy most of the environment in which we work in. Getting out on the river, onto the dredger, quite enjoy the fresh air and countryside.
I enjoy working with different people on different levels. Most days it can vary. I can be very, very busy and demanding role in the office, and other days it can be quite relaxed and enjoyable.
So I joined Land and Water when a university wasn't really for me, and I wanted a career that I could see a future, and Land and Water has given me that.
I joined Land and Water because I saw a great opportunity for progression and self-development, and the ability to get stuck into a business that interests me. I could see myself broadening my skill set and flourishing into a full QS.
I've done very many roles whilst I've been here. Currently I am the Health and Wellbeing Champion and I run the division called TESS, Terra Aqua Environmental Solutions. Although it grows plants, it is also a growing business. We are exceptionally busy and all the indications are that due to the Water Framework Directive and concern about the environment that the business will continue to grow.
I think the innovations that play a role certainly in our industry over the next few years will be based around waste reduction in the environment.
The reuse and recycling of material.
Different solutions to plastic solutions.
Making sure that the waste hierarchy is fully enforced.
I think that's where it's going.
Oh, it's happening. It has to happen. In boats, actual working boats, engines are moving from diesel to electric, and we have to be more considerate with the paints and varnishes and things that we use on our boats, which are in contact with the water and obviously into the invertebrates.
Well, as chairman, I'm very much concerned with the ethos of the business, and I also look after the shareholders, particularly also the future direction of the business. So all the current interest in climate change is very much where we are now thinking.
It's already happening with environmentally friendly solutions for the industry. All our machines run on bio-oil, and we have done that for over 10 years. But more and more there's alternative fuels now coming into the market, so people are running generator sets on hydrogen, they're running on LPG. There are even machines now that are running on pure electric, but that's certainly going to be something that's going to happen more and more in the industry.
Without doubt, remediation has its role to play in sustainable transport and the sustainable reuse of waste. And remediation has a two-stage strategy, if you like. The first bit is about the wetland habitat creation and what we're building in Essex, which will join with RSPB and Veolia next door and create London's biggest wildlife haven. So that's a really exciting project over 20-25 years, and I think we're making a real difference there. But the second strategy is about the wharf and about thinking about the future of the River Thames and how Land and Water can play an integral part in using the Thames more intellectually. And one of the studies we're looking at the moment, which I think is really exciting, is the opportunity to use the wharf for logistics, supplying commodities and parcels into London or out of London. So I think we've got another play in the life of remediation yet. So we have a short-term or 20-year major project, and then we have to look at how we can support London, and maybe with a low emission zone, ultra low emission zone even later this year. Those are going to start to influence how vehicles and commodities move around London, and we want to make sure we play our part in that.
So I think the next 25 years looks really exciting because of the foundations that have been set in the first 25 years. What I would say is that our work is becoming more and more relevant with the likes of climate change and the increase in flooding.
Land and Water will aim to stay at the forefront of innovation within its sector, and we already have a few ideas and a few solutions with regard to the environmental issues, and we like to be at the front.
We'll be continuing to support our employees and our customers, building on our specialist knowledge of the marine and environment, or the environment where land and water meet. We're also going to continue to focus on safety and environmental issues. They're very close to the heart of the business, and we want to start to build our own fleet. We want to expand our depot network, so we want to have our own depot in the Midlands and support that with other depots in the South East and the South West of England.
I am immensely proud of what we have all achieved, and we have a really, really good team.